And go.
Welcome. My name's Tiana Dougherty, your independent Norwex sales consultant, and I just wanted to take a quick minute today to share a little bit more about the basics with Norwex. I really like, if you're brand new to Norwex or you're just kind of wanting to understand Norwex better, I always think the household package is the best way to start. So I'm just going to cover the 3 items in our household package today: our EnviroCloth, our window cloth, and our dusting mitt. These are the 3 essentials that are really going to save you the most money and replace the biggest bulk of your household cleaners. So let's start by talking about the EnviroCloth. Now the EnviroCloth comes in several different colors, but really the color's just there to help you because you're going to want to use these cloths to clean several areas of your home. And so it's nice to have a color that you keep separate for your kitchen, maybe a color that you keep separate for your bathroom, that kind of thing. But first I just want to talk about what makes our microfiber different, because that's often a question that I get. Well, what makes Norwex microfiber different than the microfiber that I can buy in the store? And so let's just go over that quickly. The first thing that sets our Norwex apart is the size of the fiber. So if you were to just pull out one single strand of your hair, just one strand, and split it lengthwise 6 times, that's how tiny most standard microfiber is. And it's why the microfiber cleans so well, because the smaller the fiber, the deeper it can clean, right? Well, Norwex microfiber, instead of 1/6 of a hair, if you took that same strand and split it 200 times, that's how tiny our microfiber is. And so it can just really get into all those little ridges and grooves and pick up and remove what's on your surface. The other thing that makes our microfiber different is we use a technology called backlock. Backlock is a micro silver that's embedded in the microfibers of our cloth, and that silver is to inhibit bacterial odor, growth, that sort of thing. So as you're picking up and removing 99% of the bacteria from your surface with just water in this cloth, that backlock is important just really to help keep everything at bay. So I always get my EnviroCloth wet and then wring it out, and I fold my cloth in half. I fold it in half again, and I use this one little square for about the same surface area that I would a paper towel and a cleaner. You've got 8 sides to work with before you ever need to even go rinse your cloth. So you can use it for quite a bit before you need to rinse. The EnviroCloth is E for everything. I know earlier I mentioned it's great to partner with the window cloth for your windows and mirrors and your fronts of your microwave, but this cloth is truly the cloth I use on every surface in my home. I use it to clean my kitchen countertops, I use it in the bathroom for hairspray, overspray, all of that stuff. It really is amazing to clean every surface of your home. And if you can't remember, if you get your cloths and you're like, what in the world did she say? Which cloth is for what? It's actually written right on the tag. So this one says Enviro, the window says window, and the dusting mitt actually says dust on it. So that'll help you remember if you're like, okay, I'm gonna get these cloths, but I'm not sure how I'm gonna remember which is which. Norwex has that covered for you. The other thing I wanted to just share real quick is when you're using these cloths to clean, I told you about folding the cloth, but what I forgot to mention was if you're a scruncher, you're going to want to break that habit, because with microfiber, it's the fibers that are mechanically picking up and removing what's on your surface. And so you want those fibers to have full contact. You're going to want to use it flat on your surface. That's why the fold is important, and then you can just flip it over, use the other side, and when you're done, take it to your faucet, scrub it against itself really, really well, wring it out. Anything on the outside of your cloth is going to go right down your drain. Anything that's still held in those fibers of the cloth, that's where that backlock comes in. Backlock is our friend. The other important thing to know is how the fibers are actually cut. So unlike a traditional cotton cloth, where you kind of just push everything, kind of smears it around on your surface, the microfiber fibers are actually cut in a star shape, and they work like a cobweb. So imagine when something gets stuck in a cobweb, right? It's really hard to get that out. When you're picking up and removing what's on the surface and it gets pulled up into those star-shaped fibers, it does the exact same thing. It just holds it into the cloth. And then that's why it's important in between to just scrub the cloth together really well underneath water, so that anything that's on the outside of the cloth goes down the drain, and everything else, that's part of where the backlock job comes in, right? But you just continue to keep cleaning with just water in this cloth. It's amazing. The second cloth that really pairs with the EnviroCloth is our window cloth. These two are like magic together. In fact, the purple cloth, or the window cloth, which also now comes in 2 different colors, this is the one that's going to really give the wow factor. This I use on anything that's shiny. So granite countertops, the fronts of my microwave, stove top, your windows and mirrors. How many of you love cleaning windows and mirrors? That can be quite the process, right? And then the sun shines in and you see all those streaks. You don't have that when you're using just water and a cloth. because you don't have any residue left behind. And your surfaces will also stay cleaner longer, which I love because I don't know about you guys, but I'd rather be doing a lot of other things besides cleaning. The next basic pieces are dusting mitt. The dusting mitt is really what sold me on Norwex. I have an allergy to dust, and so I would just notice when it got extra dusty around our house that, you know, sometimes you don't feel the greatest. And so I was like, you know, I'm gonna just try this dusting mitt. That was the first item that I purchased, and I wanted to see, like, okay, does it work? And how long does that surface stay clean afterwards? So I used it dry. It's got a really nice static charge. You can just pretty much dust anything with this mitt. When you're using it dry, it has that nice static charge, and it really picks up and holds on to the dust and the particles. If you have darker wood, one of the tips that I like to give is, I have found, for whatever reason with darker wood, I like to spray it with a spray bottle of water and just get it slightly damp, not overly wet, but just damp. And it leaves that, it keeps it from having that static cling right on the edge. Because some of you who maybe have used microfiber to dust before, you know what I'm talking about. If you start dusting and you get right to the edge of whatever surface, you'll see just that little trail of dust that wants to reattract, and just a little bit of moisture in your dusting mitt will release that. So I do like to use it on darker wood. I also like to use this damp on leather furniture. I have found it works great, and it just glides right over. It's not leaving your wood or your leather damp. It's drying right behind, and it's easy. It doesn't stick to the leather. And then last but not least, you're gonna have these two amazing EnviroCloth and window cloth for cleaning your windows. And if you've got clean, sparkly windows, you're gonna want clean screens. This is awesome on your screens. I get it wet, wring it tight, and then I just go over, you clean the front side of the screen, the back side of the screen, and then you just rinse and repeat. So it's fantastic for a lot of things besides just dusting as well. All right, so that is really kind of our household package in a nutshell. These are the items that I would say, if you're new to Norwex, they're a great place to start. So if you already have a consultant that you're working with, I am sure they're taking great care of you. But if you don't have a consultant or you have questions, you can reach me via my website at radicallyreducingchemicals.com. Thank you so much.